changes. This is something I've kind of been meaning to talk about, but yeah, this is something that I kind of want to talk about yesterday, but we were already ending the stream. So yeah, there's that. Guilty Gear changes 2020. It used to be Guilty Gear Strive now. So yeah, basically this is gonna the things that people have pointed out, the mechanics that have been changed, and there are a few, not gonna lie, there are a few changes that I like and a few changes I didn't like, and some of them I actually don't like at all, like absolutely no. So there's that. But other than that, let's get into the changes. So yeah, but yeah, someone has asked us yesterday, and I really wanted to make Q&T of this, so I might as well just make it a Q&T now, even better. So let's make it like that. All right, so the new Guilty Gear changes system. So basically, I'm just gonna read this all one by one. It's not a lot, so thankfully it's not a lot. So there's that too. But I'll try to make it as simple as most people can try and understand it, because there are probably even some people who are probably never played the Guilty Gear at all, but want to get into the new Guilty Gear Strive. So there's that too. So yeah, anyways, other than that, let's get into this thing. So first things first, air dash and double jump are still in the game, obviously, because it's an Arc System game and it's a 2D fighting game. You know, what kind of fighting game doesn't have air dashing and double jump? To be fair, Under Night doesn't have air dashing and doesn't have double jumping. There's only one jump, and the only way you can kind of air dash is doing an assault. And an assault is not even an air dash. It's just an easy get-in tech that is a mechanic that they put in Under Night, where you can just basically just go in and easily just like do an instant overhead or something. It's very predictable. Every character has it, obviously, because it's a general mechanic of the game. But it is kind of an easy way for you to get in, but it is like, what do you call it? It is predictable, because a lot of people obviously knows how to do it, and knows how to do it. Even the casuals and just competitives are very aware that this is something a lot of people do. Like, for example, it's kind of like the same thing, like people, like, for example, like in Smash, you see someone like jumping and they're not doing an aerial immediately, so they're probably gonna do like a delayed aerial, which is, to be fair, a lot of people do. So obviously it's easy to react to it, or at least see it coming, so you would shield, right? So it's the same thing for Under Night. Doing an assault is that basically. Tension gauge is still in the game, obviously. Tension gauge is basically the meter of the game. Throw is now 4-6D. Throws have whiff animations. This is true for air throws as well, excuse me. So that's kind of weird. So throw is now 4 and 6D. So 4 and 6D is not too important for people to understand. It's a button. But back then, okay, so, man, it's kind of hard to explain 4 and 6D for people who have never played before. All right, so let me just make this simple for you guys. So yeah, see these buttons? Guilty Gear and pretty much most Arc System games use these 4 buttons, and that's it. Street Fighter use these 3. It's a 6-layered. Arc System is mostly 4-layered. So when they say D, they're talking about this button. They're talking about this freaking button, because this is how it's labeled. It's A, B, C, and D, and that's how it's labeled. The fact that people put numbers on it just indicates the direction. So if you're putting like 5, 5 is basically the neutral position. So if you, for example, say, if people, for example, say 5A, it means you just press the button. You don't do any direction. You just press the button. So you don't do any of this. So that. He said throw is now 4/6D. So basically, what they're saying is a throw is saying this button and go forward and or back. So I'm guessing if you go forward, the forward C or forward D, that's the throw animation for forward, and forward D is like the direction going backwards. This is throw backwards. So that's kind of weird. I don't know, because in most Arc System games, these two are always the throw animate, the throw, it's always the throw. These two. It's always 5B and 5C. These two. And the fact that they're making it a single button now with a direction is kind of weird, but it's not too bad. I mean, I'm probably gonna get used to it, but again, it's kind of weird because those two animations, those 6D and 4D has always been like a move. At least in most Arc System games and Guilty Gear in general. It's kind of weird that they've always done that. So I don't mind that, but it's kind of weird. Maybe if they go from Guilty Gear, if people just play this for the first time, they will probably get used to it easy. But people who've been playing Arc System games or fighting games in general for a long time, they probably won't get used to it as easy as much. But I don't know. It's not a big change, honestly. I don't really mind it. This is also true for air throws. So like air throws are the same thing. It's kind of weird. But I don't really mind it. Throws are now one frame startup. Are not a one frame startup anymore, and therefore lose the meaties. However, the startup is fast and is good for a bear. So as soon as you press the grab, wait. So as soon as you tap throws, it doesn't start in one frame anymore, and therefore lose the meat. Oh, freaking hell, man! I mean, I don't really mind that change, but like, it's kind of weird that it doesn't start. It's not a one frame startup anymore. It's kind of weird. I guess in a way it's easier for grabs to react that way. It's kind of weird though. But I don't really mind it, but it's still weird, however. However, its startup is fast and it's good for a bear. It's still fast. It's not one frame anymore, but it's fast. But that's still weird. I'm not gonna lie. But this change doesn't really matter for me. What else is there? There is a dash button. One button dash. 6 still dashes. Oh! Okay. So 6 still dashes. So basically, if you go forward with the stick, it still dashes for you. But there's a button, a one button dash that does that for you. Which exactly is that? Which button is it? Kind of weird though. Okay, that's weird. I mean, sure. Honestly, I might probably just do 6 instead. It's kind of weird. But yeah. Weak normals are like 2P, only Gatling into command normals. 4P cancels into itself. What? So as I understand it, P Gatlings into P and command normals, and K Gatling into K and command normals. Really now. So what you mean to say is like a weaker normal thing. Oh, I see. So like weaker to like 5As and stuff to like 5 to like maybe like 5D. It Gatlings into, okay, I see. So pretty much it's what I think from what I understand. From what I can understand, weaker like 5As and 5Bs can still combo into hard hitters like to like 5D and or 5C. Okay, so I mean it's not a big deal if they do that, but the fact that 5P cancels into itself is kind of what do they mean exactly when they cancel it itself? I don't know. It's better. I can't exactly understand this completely, but I do want to see it by itself. I've seen the footages, but I'm still confused to what inputs they're using. I mean, the normal Guilty Gear stuff that they do is still there, obviously. But it's just, the format is just so different. Longer combos aren't present, but crouching ass and 5H does a lot of damage. Hard combos are not necessary. Yeah, I saw this. So, basically, longer combos aren't as much present in Guilty Gear anymore. Which is, I don't know about that. So what appealed to me about the whole Guilty Gear thing is as how hard it was. A lot of people say it's one of the hardest fighting games ever. But obviously I got into Blaze Blue, and when I got into Guilty Gear, it wasn't that much of a difference. So it's in a way, Blaze Blue and Guilty Gear are almost in the same format, but they're obviously different games and just different mechanics and different everything. But you'll feel right at home if you go from Blaze Blue to Guilty Gear. But the fact is, longer combos aren't present in this one. I mean, longer combos in general in Guilty Gear aren't as much as compared to like Blaze Blue, obviously, but like it's not there. The fact that it's not there, okay, then I feel like this is taking like a Street Fighter format, and I'm not sure if I like that. I mean, longer combos is fine, and then afterwards you go to Okizeme, and then afterwards just reset the neutral. Then whatever, that's fine. By the way, I'll go into Oki later because this I heard that the new Guilty Gear has something to say about anything that has to do with Oki. Oh no. Blocking mid dash is possible without FD. So blocking mid dash is possible. Okay. So okay, wow. Ground normals are air blockable. Ground normals are air blockable. Wait, ground really? Oh, okay. So if your attack, wow, really? What? My gosh. Okay, so if you're trying to anti-air someone basically, and while they're dashing, they can still block. What? Really? What's the point in anti-airs then? So you're just gonna block? You're just gonna anti-air if you don't expect them to block? Is it safe? Is it not safe? So that's the thing. That's one of the things that I kind of find annoying about this change. The fact that you can mid dash and you can block mid dash and block mid dash, and you can obviously you can block attacks from the ground when you're air dashing. Obviously, what's the point of anti-airs then? I thought maybe you could block when you guys are in air to air. No, but you can also block ground moves. It's kind of weird. So, what's the point then? I don't get it. To be fair, people can expect this. People can expect this by not air dashing, and they simply just jump because you can block in the air. But that's only if you're not air dashing. When you hit the opponent with a strong move in the corner, there is a wall break stage transition that places you slightly further than the round start position. Okay, so more further. So basically, it gives the person more stage control, or just like whatever control. So if you're in the corner, how further away though? Is it like close to the wall? Like just a bit further away? If it's just a bit further away, it's not much of a difference. I mean, I'm alright with that change. I'm not gonna lie. It's fine. That's fine with me. There's a question mark here that says only 2D hard knockdowns. Other knockdowns lead to an auto back tech wake up. It's not only 2D. Soul's Throw also has hard knockdown. Really? He has hard. Okay, well, so okay. Look, the throw is hard. Having hard knockdown makes sense. But 2D hard knockdowns and other knockdowns lead to an auto back tech wake up. So does it immediately auto back tech wake up without you doing it? Why? I mean, that's all right. That's fine. You just reset the neutral, but can it only auto back tech wake up? Like, can it only do that? And can you do it in a different direction? Are you allowed to be able to tech on your own? Because if it auto does it itself every single time, then fucking this game is likes to always resets the neutral. I'm not sure about if I like that. But let's just keep reading this. I don't know. OTGs after 2D do not have proration. Does a lot of damage, however the knockback is big, so it seems like you can't get a second hit in. Really? So like OTGs, really? Okay, so the people who don't know what OTG is, so it's basically just off the ground. That's what it basically means. Off the ground after 2D, really, it just does a lot of damage. However, the knockback is big, so it seems like you can't get back. Yeah, so basically, this again is just, I don't know. This move again, like this, like OTGs after 2D is just It's just another move that basically just says that you're has a hard knockdown. You just basically reset neutral. It's just another move that just resets you to neutral. I don't know about that move. Dead angle attack is gone. Really. Dead ankle attack is gone. You know, I don't really mind this change. Because you already have the Roman cannons thing, right? Because actually, I mean, to be fair, I don't mind the dead angle it being gone, but the thing is, what defensive mechanics are they gonna bring back for Guilty Gear Strive? So I'm not sure. So people who don't know what dead angle attack is, to easily explain what dead angle attack is. So basically, so if anyone ever plays Blaze Blue, this is much easier if I say it in Blaze Blue. So you know when you're blocking and you're doing and you're using your gauge meter, your block gauge meter, and you press these two and you're holding back, right? That's where you enhance your block, right? If you press forward and you're able to at least push back your opponent with an invincible attack, and you guys are pretty much resetting neutral. So basically, but it does cost meter. It costs like 50% of the gauge. So it's basically like a DP, but not at the same time, where you do a safe move, invincible throughout the entire time. You push the opponent a little bit with that move, which costs 50% of the meter. So that's basically gone. So yes, I mean, to be fair, I'm all right with that change, but I am curious to what defensive options do we have for Strife, because they never really cleared that out. Finishing blows, change some voice lines. Okay, that doesn't really matter for me. Dust attack is still no overhead. Knockback, pretty far horizontal. So, okay, so dust attacks. Dust attack is still an overhead. Knocks back pretty far horizontally. Ooh. So, if you press 5... So, pretty much dust attacks, like pressing 5D in the air, then coming back. It's still an overhead, obviously. But the knockback is pretty far though. Like how, like, can you combo into it? Or like is the knockback far if you're blocking? Doesn't that okay? I need more. There needs to like be more like, I need more like more info than this, honestly. Dust attack still wall bounces. Might be wall stick when it hits in the corner, which allows for a combo. The homing follow-up is only available on counter hit, but the single hit on the dust does a sizable amount of damage. Oh, okay. So the homing is so dust attack still does its thing. Oh well, it wall bounces. Oh, not does its thing. It wall bounces. Might be wall's thing. Let's think. Okay, so yeah, dust attacks in the corners pretty much just combos. If it does a wall bounce or a wall stick. Homing follow-ups is only available on counter hit. So pretty much this is the thing that people are talking about Guilty Gear 2, that the Guilty Gear Strive is emphasizing on counter hit. And the people who don't know what counter hit is, it's basically when your opponent whiffs some moves and you punish it with a move. So that's basically what counter hit is. They're in a counter hit state, and a counter hit would reward you with either more combos or more damage. It's either between the two, or you get or just the two. What is that? But the single hit of the dust does a sizable amount of damage. So yeah, dust moves pretty much hurt a lot. It'll hurt a lot if it connects. It might even connect. It might even hurt even more. Might even hurt a lot still if it might even hurt a lot still if you're on block. So man, I don't know about that. But is it like, here's the thing, are you at frame disadvantage though? Like, is it You might do a sizable amount of damage on hit and on block, but are you safe? Are you minus on block? So that's the thing. So that's kind of what I want to know. Okay, right. Dust startup is faster for all characters. Oh my goodness. They made Dust. They made Dust start up faster. Okay then. The fact that they are faster and can hit pretty hard makes the D button way more dangerous to pull out. Wow. Okay. So okay. So wow. I don't really have anything to say about that. I'm alright with that change, I guess. In all honesty, generally speaking, combos from overheads are not possible mid-screen. Excuse me. Combos from overheads are not possible mid-screen. So basically, if you're doing a 5D in the air, which is dust attack, you can't combo if you're in mid-screen, which is pretty much where you and your opponent are mostly gonna be all the time. So you can't combo at all. They do hard knockdown, but they don't do hard knockdowns actually. They send you pretty far off, so you're gonna be in the corner. You're gonna be at best at the corner, so, since the knockback is pretty far. It's not a hard knockdown, it's just the knockback is a lot. Okay then. I guess in a way, you know, I guess that would be alright. If you start, to be fair, like dust in general is pretty much it does a lot of damage. So it makes sense that it wouldn't combo into it. But then again, you pretty much lose an essential tool. Because then you'd be using because dusts have great range and they're an overhead. It gives you an easy opportunity to combo from the air, or at least start the combo from the air, and then once you land, you just continue it from the ground. And now they're pretty much, oh, you want to do something, press Alt D in the air. Yeah, you can't do that shit anymore. They're just that's all right with me, I guess. It spices up the match a little bit. I'm fine with that. It spices up like how neutral is played in the Guilty Gear Strive. So I guess it's alright with that. If people want to actually start combos in the air, I guess they could use either just a 5A, 5B, or 5C. Ugh. Like anywhere in between those buttons. Some moves have a cinematic on counter hit. Some moves have some kind of cinematic. So yeah, see, this is what they're talking about again. This is some moves have some cinematics on counter hit. Like the game really rewards you on counter hit. Like, okay, that's fine. I'm alright with a game that really rewards you on counter hit, but if it emphasizes too much on counter hit, I'm not sure if I'm gonna like that, because then people would be fishing too much for counter hits all the time. In a way, I guess people already do that with Tekken, but then Tekken is like a different format. Tekken, it's its own thing. This is Guilty Gear, so that's why I'm not sure about this change. Chip damage exists, but chip kills do not kill. Wow. Okay, so chip damage exists, but it doesn't kill. So yeah, that's pretty much what most fighting games do nowadays now. Okay, so oh wait, give me a second. We've finally got to the change that people that I'm not sure about this change. So let's read this. No stun, no stagger, no blitz, no danger time. Wow. Whoa, okay then. No stun. Okay, so I don't think I need to explain what stun is. So there's no stun in the game. There's no stagger. What stagger is basically when your opponent, it's kind of like stun, but the opponent jiggers a little bit, like they shake. Like stagger takes a while. Stun doesn't take that much while, but stagger takes a while. Like they're just shaking uncontrollably. If you hit them with a certain move that staggers, that basically doesn't exist anymore. There's no blitz. It's basically a mechanic in Guilty Gear Xrd, where it's kind of like the way it's kind of like parrying, but it does cost like 25% of the gauge, if I remember correctly. and depending on what position you are, it has like different ways it defends itself. It doesn't different ways it parries. Like for example, like if you're parrying on the ground or blitzing on the ground, it parries everything except if you're in the low. And yeah, obviously crouching and air blitzing is different, obviously. So yeah, it does some stuff. No danger time. Danger time is easy to explain. Basically, danger time is when you lose a certain gauge, and once you lose that gauge, you deal more damage. No danger time basically is just a state where you're basically in a danger state if you lose a certain gauge. You're or at least like out of some sort of resource. You're basically in a state where you can get hit a lot harder. So pretty much if a person or an opponent opens up, pretty much hits a combo on you, it'll do like this amount of damage, right? But if you're on danger state and someone does a combo on you, it does a lot more damage. That's that's danger time. Oh, it's over. That's basically it. Wake. The fact that these things is now gone is whoa, that's weird. I don't mind if Blitz is gone or if Danger Time is gone, but there's no stun or stagger. Obviously, there are some moves that will stun you, and then some moves that will stagger you. That used to be something. Depending on what character you use, it's what they'll always go for, and that's kind of like I don't know. The fact that it doesn't exist more, just pretty much brings us back to the point where the game just emphasizes on a certain thing that also devalues the depth of it and how it used to be, like back in Exert or back in the older Guilty Gear games, because they're emphasizing on those certain things now. Like the game focuses on there's less combos now, everything hard knocks down, everything is always resets to neutral and blah 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 and whatnot. I don't like it that they focus on that one certain thing, but you know, we still have a lot to read, so let's read through all that first before we actually even give our takes to it. Wake up timing has been standardized across all characters. Advantage is still different based on how you got the knockdown. So wake up timing is still the same across every character. And advantage is still different based on how you got the knockdown. Okay, so obviously depending on what position you are on knockdown, is different obviously on the advantage. So depending on how or where you are on the stage with the hard knockdown, that's basically what it's saying. So yeah, it's different from each character obviously. Style mode exists. Fuck you. Get rid of style mode. Get rid of stylish mode. No, I'm not gonna lie. You know, I have a fucking video of this on stylish mode. I think not that kind of has something to do with stylish mode. You can check it out. You can check it out like over there. I guess I'll put it there somewhere. Like I don't know, but in a way, I'm not a fan of stylish mode. Obviously, I don't mind it. I don't mind it if it's done for casuals. But the fact that stylish mode is fucking back irritates the fuck out of me. It really does. For people who don't know this, stylish mode is basically auto combos into whatever. It's stylish mode. It's for casuals. It's fucking lame. And anyone who I play against who plays on stylish mode, I'll never take seriously. I'll never take fucking seriously, and I'll never take the person seriously, because they're fucking casuals, obviously. I mean, if you're new to the game and play stylish mode, there you go. You told me you're new to the game and you're playing on stylish mode. You want to get used to the game. That's fine. But if you're playing on stylish mode for many years and have told me that you know the game, but yet you play stylish mode, fuck out of here. I'm not playing. Fuck out of here. I'm not taking you fucking seriously at all. I'm not taking anything that involves you seriously ever. Get the fuck out of here. You've been stylish mode for years? Play on fucking technical. Learn the shit. You can't fucking look at me in the eye and say you play every character, yet you play on stylish mode. Get the fuck out of here. But whatever, that's me. That's just the boomer in me talking. I'm not gonna lie. But whatever. If it's aimed for casuals, that's fine. If you're new to the game, go ahead and pick casuals. That's fine. Just don't get fucking used to stylish mode. You get the fuck out of stylish mode. Go to technical. Get used to technical. And then you can come at me and look me in the eye and say you can play that character. Fuck off. Alright? Fuck off. Alright, let's get back out of here. Alright, when the RISC gauge is above a certain amount, attacks are forced counter hits. Really? Excuse me? Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? FD prevents the RISC gauge from going up. Are you fucking serious? So you're telling me at a certain gauge, if the RIC is above a certain amount, attacks are forced counter hits. Are you serious? So pretty much what I said last time. They're emphasizing a lot on counter hits. People are gonna be fishing for this. Like, oh my goodness. You know, that's fine. In all honesty, because like, it doesn't hurt the game if you're gonna focus on that amount. But for goodness sake, almost everything is just always stretches back to counter hits. Fuck, really? Okay then. I guess that's fine. Whatever. But I feel like people are just gonna be fishing for this. Blocking in the air makes RIC's gauge increase by a lot. Hey, blocking in the air. You mean to tell me if I go in the air dash, and I block where I should have been punished, it increases my RISC gauge? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Fucking the risk gauge management is an important point in this game. Yeah, of course, the risk gauge is important. It's important to manage because it gives you forced counter hits. You serious? What the heck? Man, I don't know about that. I don't know about that change, man. It sounds weird. Sounds too weird. Alright, instant block does not decrease block stun, but gives meter. So insta block exists, but it doesn't decrease the block stun, which is pretty much the point of insta block in the first place, but it gives you resources. I'd rather that it... Really? So you mean to tell me I can perform shit? I can perform these hard awesome moves that cost meter, that could also be unsafe, which is most of the time the case, instead of decreasing the block stun, which pretty much could win me the game, because anything that is giving me a frame disadvantage on block and insta block negates that, I could have done something to hit the opponent with that if it actually decreased my block stun, and I could have won the match because I actually landed and get an insta block, and I fucking got I got a combo out of him because I played well, because I blocked good. And now instead it just gives me resources. I don't know about that change, dude. That change is something I actually don't like. I don't like that insta block that decreases block stun. Are you serious? It gives me meter. I don't want resources. I don't want that. I can build that. You can build that in the game. You can do that in playing neutral, getting comboed, doing combos, whatever the heck you're doing on the match. You can build meter. You can go ahead and do that. You don't need increase, or you don't need insta block to do that. What I want insta block to do is help me in neutral. That's what I want it to do. But instead it just gives me resources. You know, this is just one of the changes I just don't like at all. This is actually one of the changes I don't like at all. What the hell? Okay, so corner combos are much more free form than before. For example, combos then from regular throw, 2D horizontal dolphin, the 3-6H, etc. 3 hits in the corner opponents and is wall splatted. Another hit after that causes the wall break transition. I'm alright with that change. Because if your opponent is in that corner, they're in a tight spot. They're gonna things can happen. And the fact that they can even get out while air dashing makes jumping more predictable. And if they're gonna air dash or jump air dash out of the corner and it doesn't punish them, that's fine. But if you're in the corner and you somehow open up something, haha, well, too bad. You just lost all of your escape options and now you're gonna get punished for it. That's fine. I like that change. That's okay. I like that. That's a change I like. There are still new characters and new moves coming. Wow. Okay. So yeah, that was basically just standard. That's fine. Roman cancels. Yeah, Roman cancels obviously is still in the game. It's a Guilty Gear thing. It uses 50% tension. Yeah. Wait, this in general? So like YRCs and PRCs are gone? So it's just RC in general. So it uses 50% of the tension. It still cancels your current action as it did in the previous games, yeah. It has a circular effect, and if done while the opponent is in hit stun, it has a red circle effect and has a hitbox. Oh, it has a hitbox. If the hitbox is on the RC hits, it floats the opponent and slows them down. Okay, yeah. More opportunities to maybe combo them. If done while the opponent is not in hit stun, it has a blue circle. Okay. This is a different kind of RC now. So it has a blue circle. Could be now it's gonna be called BRC. Great. It's super great. If the opponent is inside the effect, they slow down. When the stone is when slowed down or hit by the guard cancel RC, the opponent will have a clock effect on them. Yeah, I saw this on the. I saw this. That's all right. This change is fine, honestly. While the clock effect is on the opponent, the slowdown effect is 2K will combo. 2K will combo after RC. After RC. I'm pretty certain he's saying that the slowdown persists even after the move makes contact. Oh, this is a Bayonetta move. Oh, gets you on which time? You can hit them. They can still be hit while slowed down. Damn, man. Which extends hit stun, allowing 2K to combo. Yeah. Guard cancel RC exists. Oh, guard. Oh, really? Oh, so that's yeah. I don't know which one is that. That's the RC or YRC. No, that's not RC. It's either YRC or PRC. I forgot the one that's no, actually I think YRC was the one where you fix yourself while whiffing a move. But yeah, that still exists. Air, you can also do it in the air to block the opponent far back and puts them in a special block state. Opponent can block while in this blowback state. Okay, yeah, okay, that's fine. Dead angle attack doesn't exist, so this is a simple replacement. You can do RC without slowdown. There's a lot of mischief you can do with the new RC system, but the details will have. So okay, so yeah, there's that. So basically, y'all. So there's one thing that there's one thing that also wasn't mentioned here, which is I did get into earlier, but it wasn't written here. Okizeme doesn't exist in the new Strive. Yeah, I'm not sure it was a system mechanic thing. I'm not sure if it's a system mechanic thing or it's just a general thing. For those who don't know what Okizeme is when you're about to when you're hitting your opponent when they're about to get up. So yeah, so that's basically what Okizeme is. There's a term in that there's a term in that word that I'm not sure how. But that's basically Okizeme is. That doesn't exist anymore in Strive. Like, Oki doesn't exist because everything hard knocks down, or Okizeme just doesn't happen because it just auto attacks everything for you, which is the kind of the point. I mean, I'm upset about Okizeme not being in the game anymore too, because the fact that if you do maybe a hard knockdown, like this is I'm talking about in past in fighting games in general. If you do like a hard knockdown or a move where they just get in the ground and they won't get up yet, you can do like some sort of like mix up with them. So you can do some sort of way to like get them still in like you can get them still at disadvantage thing. That's that's just not happening in Strive anymore. It's just that, oh, hard knockdown, boom, there, far away, reset neutral. Oh, you freaking you did hard knockback move, auto text back for you at wake up. Well, Okizeme doesn't exist in the game anymore, basically. So yeah, that's the thing I don't like about this system change about gear a lot. Okizeme doesn't exist. This and that is happening. Blah blah blah. The worst change. Well, so let me see the change. I don't like that there's no more stun or stagger in the game anymore. Style mode exists. That's a given. I don't like it. The whole risk gauge management with the whole counter hit thing. Pretty much this whole description is just telling you that counter hit is a big thing in the game. What else is there? Insta block. Come on, insta block. Are you serious? Giving you like a different kind of way that benefits you now? That's not. It doesn't benefit me. It doesn't benefit me at all. I want it to benefit me how it does now. Excuse me. There are also like other stuff that I just like and also don't like and just straight out hate in these changes. But to be fair, one thing's for sure, the game is still on alpha. It's not even gone past. The fact it's surprising that they even showed the game at all, and even gameplay while it's in the alpha state. So these things could change, and things could be removed, things could come back, and new things could be be introduced. So the fact that I'm judging it now shouldn't be a thing because the game isn't even done yet. The fear's the thing. I could give my give or take or two about the game when it's in my hands and I'm playing it. But as of this moment right now, I'm not a fan of what they did to Guilty Gear, obviously. But am I gonna say that it's still not fun? No. I'm 100% certain that the Guilty Gear Strive would still be fun. If they kept all this, or if they added new stuff, or if they added old stuff, it's still gonna be fun. It's still gonna be fun 100%. You know, it could have been also fun if they didn't make this into Guilty Gear at all. They could have made this in a different IP, or just straight up make a new IP in general. But instead, they did this under the GG IP, which is what gets people so riled up, because this is not Gear, this is something else. But yeah, but if you're ever gonna get into this, to get into Strive, but have never played Exert, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get used to the game very much easier. The best way that I can advise to get into this new game, or to get into Strive, is to just ignore everything that you did and learned from Exert, and just go straight into Strive. Like a new, fresh player. That's it. That's the way. Just try to think of yourself like you never played Exert at all, and then boom, you're done. But it doesn't mean that the changes are awesome, though. I'm not gonna lie, the changes aren't the best. There are some things that they did though that were okay, but other than that, I'm seeing a lot of negatives. But you know, I can't say I hate the game. I can't say I hate the game now, obviously. I already straight up say that it's gonna be fun either way. It's gonna be... Heck, I can even say it could be really fun. Like, the game could be really, really fun. But that doesn't mean that I just don't like the change that they did at all. But yeah, I can't be too certain how I'm gonna enjoy this until I actually play and have the game in my hand and everything. Other than that, I'm not sure. A lot of people are getting so riled up about this whole change and everything. Like, pretty much Guilty Gear is divided right now, the whole community. There's the people who like the change or don't mind the change, and there are people who just straight up don't like the changes at all. So the community is like divided at the moment. So I can't blame them. Look at these changes. They're not great. They're not great. But it's still Gear. At the end of the day, whether we like it or not, it's still Gear. So I would still play it. I would probably like it. Um, and that's fine. This is an Arc System game. So I would still trust them that to make this as a really good fighting game. Because yeah, Arc System Works doesn't always have a weak title. Everything that is seems that even though it might not even look fun, it still be fun. Like big example like that is Kill la Kill. Like obviously from the looks of it, for me, this is speaking from me in general, Kill la Kill didn't look fun until I played it, and it was actually super fun, and I liked it like a lot. It was really good, but it doesn't mean I would play it like competitively and everything. I would play it to fuck around at best, to like mess around and everything, but I wouldn't play it competitively. It was still a fun game though. I definitely would play it. But other than that, can't give my give or take it to this. Would I side with any of the two communities and see if they like it or not? If whether I like the changes or I just straight up don't like the change. I don't know, man. I'm in between the two, I guess. I know I like to always say I'm always between everything in these Q&Ts, but it's just true, man. You can't really judge a game something that isn't out yet. And to be fair, the Daisuke is still listening to the feedbacks 100%. He isn't like the type of person, or at least or Arc System in general aren't the type of company to just ignore these things that the fans are saying. They do listen, they do 100% know what's happening with these changes right now, and I still trust them to make this a really good game. So that's one thing for sure. I can't say that I'm gonna straight up like these again. I'm not gonna straight up say I like these changes. These changes are not good, but this game would still be fun. That's all I pretty much am saying. So yeah, it'd still be fun.